Hi folks, wanted to show you a water test of my new 120 gallon mixed reef build. This is demoing the BeanAnimal overflow system with a power failure. Let's see how it works. Right now the system is up and running and stable, and we're going to simulate a power failure by turning the pump off now. And we should start to see the water recede out of the external overflow box. And once that siphon is broken, like that, it'll drain out the remaining water from the return lines up to the point where I put the siphon break holes in. And there we go, nice and quiet. Alright, so now when we turn the power back on, we want to see if that siphon will go ahead and restart itself. And what we'll do is we'll look down into the sump and see where the water, or where the air, is coming out of that siphon line and being expelled. So here's what it looks like. There's the power back on. So the water is starting to fill back up again. And you'll notice that the external overflow box is going to start to fill with water. There it goes. But it'll take a minute to get all the air out of that full siphon line before it gets quiet again. So I'm going to pan down and show you the air coming out. You can see the air being expunged there at the siphon line. And you can see how high the water level gets. It gets almost to the emergency drain, but not quite. But now it's starting to recede again as more and more air gets pulled out of that siphon line. That's the line on the right. The water level in the overflow box should slowly start to drop. And it's getting quieter and quieter as it goes. Still got a bit of air in that siphon line. I can see it coming out of the sump. It's starting to slow down now. The way I have that gate valve set, the water level should be very close to the top of that right hand elbow on the siphon line. So the water should drop about another ½ an inch or so. Still getting quieter and quieter. If we look down at the bottom, you can see that the air bubbles have almost stopped. There's still a couple of air bubbles coming out, but not very many. And there we go. That's pretty much finished. Still got a little bit of noise coming from the manifold up underneath the sump. I've got to check that out, but everything else is working great. The drains seem to be working perfectly. And the only sound I really hear is the hum of the pump underneath the sump. Alright guys, that's how it works. Thanks. See you later. Bye.